So hello and welcome to this Adobe After Effects tutorial, and this tutorial is going to be for complete beginners. So if you have never touched After Effects, this tutorial is going to be good for you, and if you have maybe some experience, maybe you are going to learn anyway something new. I already have created a very similar tutorial 2 years ago, which was like maybe 1 hour long, but I didn't continue with the next parts. So right now I would like to start from the beginning, and hopefully I'm going to continue with this type of tutorials. So right now I'm in the After Effects, and depending on the version, this can look a little bit different. But right now I am on the version CC 2022, and if I open After Effects, I am going to have something like this. And in here I have right now two options, new composition or new composition from footage. In this tutorial we are not going to be using videos. I am going to be explaining only the basics, so we are not going to be using this option. Maybe we are going to be using this in the later tutorials, but for now we are going to go with this new composition. So I will click this, and this is going to give me some options. One of them is going to be the composition name, and I'm not going to be worried about it. And by the way, everything that we have in here we can change later on. Then we have something like this, but I don't want to change this thing, so this is fine as it is. Then we have width and height. We have this 1920 by 1080, which is like full HD video. You can have like 4K video, which would be like 3500 something, I don't know exactly. But yeah, this is like full HD. Then these square pixels, I don't want to change this, so this is good as it is. Frame rate, you can go ahead with different frame rates, but it usually doesn't matter if you have like 30 or 29.97. You can have something which is way bigger, if you maybe want to make something like a slow motion, or maybe this 24 if you want to maybe in Adobe Animate, or maybe also in After Effects if you want to make some kind of loops. Because this 24 is like you can divide it to 12, then to 6, then to 3, and you can create an animation that has 24 frames, the other animation that has only 12 frames, and so on. So they can have some advantages and maybe some little disadvantages, but I think that everything like from 24 to 30 is fine. Then we have this resolution. Of course, I would like to go right now with the full. Later on, we can talk little bit about this. And then we have the duration of the timeline, and it's like this is like the hour, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. So right now this is set to 1 minute and 15 seconds, and I can go ahead and change this if I want. So for example, I can go ahead and set it to I don't know, 40 seconds, so I can put this to be 0, and this I am going to put to be 40, like so. And then we have this background color. I can click in here and I can choose whatever color that I want. I am used to work with this hue, saturation, and brightness, but you can also click in here, and in here you could work with RGB. But I'm used to work with this option, and I am going to click OK. And OK in here. So right now I would like to talk a little bit about what we have in here. So in here, where is my comp 1, we are going to have our compositions, our videos, maybe our vectors, our photos, everything we are going to have in here. Then in here we are going to have layers, and I'm going to show you. So I will click on the layer in here, and I will go with new, and I am going to choose solid, which is basically like a background, and like so. And for now I'm not going to be worried about these options. We have like the solid name, width and height, and everything else we want to have as it is. Only this color we can change, so I can click in here and maybe choose something like this, and I will click OK and OK. And right now you can see that in here we are going to have some kind of layer. So then in here we have our timeline, And in here we have our view in which we are going to be, in which we can see all of the stuff that we are going to create. Before we will start to actually do something, I just want to show you that you can change your After Effects as you want. You can go to the window, you can go to the workspace, and there are all of these options. So you can have like learn workspace, effects, color, animations, and so on. And if I'm going to change this maybe to animation, it is going to change me this little bit, but maybe if I'm going to change this to something else, it is going to change with this much more. So yeah. In this tutorial, I'm going to go with this default. You can go with whatever you want, but keep in mind that if you are going to have a different workspace, maybe you are going to have some stuff in a different place. Then what we can do is you can see that you have like a space for your timeline, space for your view, space for your layers, and so on. And I can go ahead and change this. So I can go in here, in between these lines, like so, and my mouse is going to change, and I can drag, and I can move it like so. I can move this like so, and so on. And this is something that I am using like very open, because for example, if you have like many layers, you sometimes you want to see all of your layers or many of them, and you would do something like this, and then you want to see your video in a bigger view, so you can do something like this. And by the way, this you can go ahead in here. You have like this option to have this like 50%, to have this like 12%, and so on, or you can have this as a fit. So this means that depending on how big is going to be this view, that big is going to be this video. But this has nothing to do with the real video. It's like how you are going to view this in After Effects. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this solid, and we are going to do this one more time. And there is one thing that I wasn't even aware, but yeah, and that's if I'm going to click in here in my project, and I will go to the layer, this is all going to be grayed out. But if I'm going to click maybe in here, or if I click in here, I will have normally option to choose my solid or whatever. So I can go with new, solid, and as I said in here, we want to have everything as it is, and I'm going to click OK. There is also one thing that I want to mention before we will like start to do things, and that's you can, as I said, move this around like so, make this bigger, make this smaller, and you can put or hide some of the panels. So for example, this project, I can go ahead and click these three lines, and I can choose close panel. And I can do this for everything. So maybe I can go in here, I can make a little bit more space, and this audio, I can go ahead and close panel. And maybe these effects and presets, what I can do is I can click this, and instead of close panel, I can choose undock panel, like so. And right now this is going to be like floating in here. And now I can go ahead, and if I'm going to dragging this, nothing is going to happen. But if I'm going to like be with my mouse on this text, effects and presets, or in here, I am going to be able to position this on some place. So I can maybe position it in here like so, and right now in here I am going to have my effects and presets. And if you go to the window, in here you can get some things that you don't have. So for example, if you want to have something like align, I can click align, and it is going to appear in some place, and I can put this where I want. So something like this, and so on. And I don't recommend you to do something like this, especially if you are a beginner, but I just wanted to show you because there is a possibility that you are going to make something like this by accident. and I just want to show you how you can undo something like this. So imagine that right now I have created something like this, and there is like no way that I am going to get this back normally. So what you can do is go to the window, go to the workspace, and depending on the workspace that you have, you are going to have an option to reset. Right now I have default, but you can have reset the learn, reset the FX, whatever workspace you are going to have. And if I click this, this is going to reset it like so. There is also a possibility in these workspaces to create your own, I think that this default is fine, and I don't have any reason to change this right now. So now I have created this solid, but there is like no obvious way how you can change maybe the color of this solid right now. Because if I'm going to double click in here, it is going to open me a view like this, and that's something that I don't want. So I will close this. And if I am going to double click on this layer in here, it is also going to open me the same view, yeah, that's not how you can change the color. If you want to change the color of this solid, you can click in here on the solid only once to select it, and then go to the layer and solid settings, or the shortcut Ctrl+Shift+Y, and this is going to give you an options as a beginning, and in here you can change the name if you want, and you can also go ahead and change the color. And I can go maybe with something like this. If you want to change the name of your layer, it's like in some softwares for example Adobe Animate, you change the layer's name by double clicking, but in After Effects it doesn't work like that. So basically you will have to select it, hit enter, and right now I can go ahead and call this, and maybe I'm going to call this BG as a background. Now every image, every solid, every shape, every video, every photo are going to have some kind of properties, and you can get these properties by clicking this little arrow. I won't be able to zoom in while I'm going to be editing, because I don't have like a 4K monitor, and if I would zoom in, this would be blurry. So hopefully you can see this, but I have this layer, and in here I have this little arrow next to this red rectangle, and if I'm going to click this, I'm going to have like option for a transform, and I can go ahead and open it one more time, and in here I'm going to have some kind of options. I'm going to have like opacity, rotation, scale, position, and anchor point. And we can go ahead and animate all of them. So for example, this opacity right now it is set to 0%, but I can go ahead and put it to the 0. So you can either click and put the number, so I can click 0 like so, or what you can do is click with your mouse and hold and drag like so, and this way you can increase it or decrease it. And the opacity is something that you can have between 0 and 100, and even though if I'm going to type something like 250, it is going to stay on the 0, because you cannot have like 250%. Now, if you want to animate something like this, what you can do is in here next to all of them we have this like little watch, and you can go ahead and click this, and this is going to create a keyframe. You can see in here that there is this little keyframe, and then you can go to the other place and create one more keyframe. You can create the keyframe by changing the value. So right now this is set to 100, but as soon as I'm going to change this value, it is going to create new keyframe. So right now I have this initial keyframe that has like 100%, and then this next one which has like 0%, and it is going to be fading away. If you want to, if you are going to be moving on the timeline and you want to change maybe the value of some keyframe, it is not going to be snapping you to the keyframe automatically. So you will have to hold Shift, and when you are going to hold Shift and you will be close to the keyframe, it is going to snap you to the keyframe and you can change the value. And the same thing for this beginning. So I am going to go and I'm holding Shift, and it is going to snap me this keyframe like so. I'm going to delete these keyframes, and I'm going to continue, and I will show you maybe some stuff. So, for example, I can go ahead and click this keyframe. Right now I am at the beginning of my timeline. I am on the opacity 100%, and I am going to click this. So right now in here I am going to have this keyframe which has like 100% opacity, and if I am going to be, and I can zoom in a little bit, and you can zoom in with this slider like so. And if I'm going to stay on this keyframe and I'm going to change the value, and I will put the value to the 0, I have changed the value of this keyframe. And then if I go maybe in here, and I'm going to create the new keyframe, I'm going to have this like 100, and then if I go over this keyframe, I can change it. So if you are changing the keyframe on which you are positioned on your timeline. So if I am going to position myself on this keyframe, I can put it to 100, and then it is going to be 100, and then I am going to position myself over this keyframe, and I can put it to the 0 like so. Now imagine that we have this like at the beginning 100, and then we go to the 0. And right now, what I would like to do maybe is have this for a while on the 0. So I would like to create a new keyframe in here with the 0, and then I would like to create a new keyframe in here with 100. The thing is that the first keyframe we have created by clicking this watch. The second keyframe we have created by changing the value. But right now in here, we want to have the same value as this one. And if I am going to click this watch to like add a new keyframe, what's going to happen is like it's going to delete all of the keyframes. So I will go back. So that's with Ctrl Z. So that's not a way how you can add a keyframe. You can add a keyframe, as I said, by clicking this watch at the beginning, first keyframe, and then you are adding keyframes by changing the value. And I can go ahead and change this to something, and it is automatically going to create a keyframe. And then if I'm going to put this on the 0, it is going to stay with that keyframe. So that would be one of the option maybe, but I will go back. But if you just want to add a keyframe, you will have to click this add or remove keyframes at the current time, and I can click this like so. And you can see that there is written add or remove keyframe. So if I'm going to click this one more time, it is going to remove that keyframe. So like this, I can add this. So right now I have this from 100 to the 0. Then it is going to stay on the 0, and then right now I would like to go in here and put this to the 100. And we have right now a few options. I can either go ahead and change the value like so, and it will go to the 100. I will go back. I can click this keyframe in here. It is going to add me a keyframe which is going to have value 0, and I can change it like so to the 100. Or what I could do is I can go ahead and copy this keyframe. So if you are going to copy your keyframe or your keyframes, you do not need to be positioned on that keyframe. So I can be with my timeline wherever I want, but I will have to select this keyframe. So I do not need to go in here like so to be able to copy this keyframe. I can be in here, but right now I can select it. I could have go and select both, two of them or more, but right now I want to select only one. So I'm going to select it like so, hit Ctrl C, and then I am going to position myself on the timeline where I want, and I'm going to hit Ctrl V, and right now I have created the keyframe like this. So you can also do it this way. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and position your keyframes as you want. So if you want, you can select only one of the keyframes and just drag it wherever you want, like so, and you can do this with all of them. I can go ahead and select two keyframes and move, let me do it one more times. Select two keyframes at the same time. You can select four keyframes and move it at the same time. So you can do something like this. And one of the things is that if you are going to hold Alt, you can let me show you one more time. I'm going to select all of the keyframes, and right now I would like to create this animation to be faster, to have a smaller space between these keyframes. And I could go ahead and position this in here, then this one in here, and then this one in here, like so. But right now, by this way, I'm not going to stay proportional with my original animation, so I can select them like so. I'm going to be holding Alt or probably Option on the Mac, and I'm going to drag it like so, and it is going to proportionally make me this faster and smaller space between the keyframes. But I will go back, and I'm going to leave this as it is. So now, what I'm going to do is, actually, I'm going to get rid of these keyframes, but I want to show you one thing, and that's, it depends where you are on the timeline, or when you are, where you are, it doesn't matter, when you are deleting the keyframes. Because if I'm going to position myself, maybe in here on the timeline, and right now the opacity is 100% because this was like 100, 0, 0, and 100. So if I'm going to delete all of the keyframes in here, and I can either select them and delete them like so, or you can just go ahead and click this watch, and it is going to get rid of all of the keyframes. So depends on you. But what is going to happen is that this opacity is going to stay on 100%. But if I'm going to position myself maybe in here between these two keyframes, between this that has value 0 and this that has value 100, so right now the opacity is going to be 55%, and if right now I'm going to get rid of them, either like so or like selecting and deleting them, this value is going to stay on this 55, and that's like not an issue because you can go ahead and change this to the 100, but just be aware that it matters where you are deleting your keyframes. So like this, I will go back when I have this like 55%, and I just want to show you that what you can do is you can right click on this opacity, and there is this option reset, so I can go ahead and reset it to the original value, and you can do this reset with all of them, and even you can I can maybe do something like this, change all of them like so, and then I can go ahead and reset this transform, and it is going to put me all of them as they were. So this was the opacity, and now we can show you we can work a little bit with the rotation. So in the rotation you have like two numbers, one is at the beginning and one is this one. This number is going to be like the whole 360 degrees rotation. So basically I can go ahead and rotate it like so, and I can do something like this, and right now I have rotated this like by 180 angles, and I can continue and put this like to 360. But this number is not going to be like 400 and something, but once you are going to reach 360, which you probably remember for the mathematics, it is going to put you like one whole rotation plus 19 angles. And if I would continue maybe like so, like this, right now I would have like 4 rotation plus 180 degrees. But right now it doesn't matter because we don't have any keyframes. But what I can do is I will right click, I will choose reset, and I'm going to create a new keyframe, and maybe I will go to the frame, I don't know, I will go to the 2 seconds in here, and I'm going to rotate this a little bit like so. And right now we are going to have this rotation which will go from the 0 to this value that we have, 133. But what I can do is I can continue, and maybe I can do something like this, and right now this rotation is going to be like crazy. And you can go ahead and hit space to preview your animation, and we are going to have something like this. And I can go ahead and I'm going to position myself on this keyframe, and I can maybe reset this like so, and I can change this to maybe 10. So right now this is going to make 10 whole rotations between these 2 seconds, and it is going to be like crazy like so. Now I want to show you one thing, and that's if I'm going to zoom in like so. And you can either zoom in with the slider, or you can click on these icons, and it is going to zoom in or zoom out. And right now, while I am zoomed in, I can see the whole frames. So this is like frame 1, 2, and so on. And we have said that we are going to have an frame rate which is going to be like 29.97. It's like we could say that it's like 30. And now we are going to have this like so. You can see 26 frames, 28, and then we are going to have like 1 second. And then we are going to have let me go like this. So here you are going to have like 1 second, then you are going to have 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and so on. If you want, you can go ahead to the composition in here. You can right click, choose composition settings, and you can go ahead and change this. So you could go ahead and change the composition name or whatever. You can go ahead and change the duration, and I can go ahead and maybe change this to be 30 like so, and I'm going to click OK. So like this, and yeah, now let me get rid of these keyframes because I don't want to have them like so. And right now we can go with the scale. So scale is also something which is very obvious. You can go ahead and basically scale this like so. But there is this little icon in here, Constraint Proportions, and if I'm going to unclick this, right now I will be able to scale the x-axis like so, and y-axis like so. And let me reset this one more time, and I just want to show you that if I'm going to click this, you can see this little icon in the center, and this is like the anchor point, and this is the point around which this is going to be rotating. If I'm going to be rotating, it is going to be rotating around this point, and also if I'm going to be scaling this, it is going to be scaling from that point. And then let me put this together, so something like this. And you can go ahead and change the location of this anchor point. One of the options is in here, directly anchor point, and you can put it like so. But you can see that it's like we are moving the shape. We are not actually moving the shape, we are moving the anchor point, but it is like so. So that's one of the way, but I don't want to do this way. And in here at the tool panels, you have one of them which is like pan behind anchor point tool, and the shortcut is Y. So you can either click Y or you can click this one, and right now I will be able to position my anchor point to the other location. So maybe I can position it in here, and right now if I am going to rotate it, it is going to be rotating around that point. And this is something which is useful, and you are going to be using something like this all the time if you are going to be doing some kind of motion graphic animations or something like that. And also it is going to be scaling from that point. One thing is that I will go back, and I will scale this a little bit down like so. And if I'm going to get this anchor point tool, I can, as I said, move it like so. But if I'm going to hold Control, probably Command on the Mac, this is going to be snapping me like on the middle line, also this line, and I can put it exactly in here, exactly to the corner like so, or I can put it exactly to the center. So if you are going to hold Control, it is going to be snapping you this, and you can put it wherever you want. And of course, if I'm going to put it to this corner, it is going to be rotating around that corner. But also you can go ahead and position this outside of the shape, so I can position it maybe in here, and right now it would be rotating around that place. So like this, and I will go back. And now we are going to be talking about the position. And you can see that this position is right now set to 960 and 540, and it seems, or it can seem like these numbers are completely randoms, but they are not random. And basically the thing is that if I'm going to position my position to the 0 like so, and the first one is like the x-axis and the second one is like the y-axis. So if I'm going to position this to the 0, you can see that this is like the x-axis from left to the right, and I have positioned this to the 0, and the anchor point of the shape is going to be on the 0. And if I'm going to put this y, and this y is like from the top to the bottom, so if I'm going to put this to be 0, I have put it on the anchor point, so I will have to do this on the position, so 0, and it will go in here. And the thing is that I can go ahead, and my composition is 1920 by 1080. And this is like, this is, as I said, x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is like 0 on the x-axis, and in here, this is like 1920 on the x-axis, and this is 0 on the y-axis, and this is like 1080 on the y-axis. If this doesn't make sense, I will show you that if I'm going to change the position on the 1920, it is going to go in here. And if I'm going to change the Y to 1080, it is going to position me this in here. And right now what I could do is I can go ahead and put this 920 directly in here, divide it by 2, and I'm going to hit enter, and it will go in here, and the number is going to be 960, which is like the half, or 1920. And I'm going to also divide this one, so I'm going to hit divide by 2 and enter, and it is going to be 540. So these numbers are not random, they are like the half of the size of our composition. So something like this. Now I'm going to close this like so, and what we can do is we can go ahead and create some more solids and create some kind of animation. So there are a few options right now. I can go ahead to the layer, one more time, choose new, choose solid, or you can go with the shortcut Ctrl Y, and changing later on is Ctrl Shift Y, but you do not need to use shortcuts, it depends on you. But I'm going to click this, and right now this is going to give me one more time these kind of options, and I can maybe change this to be red like so, and I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to click OK, and right now we are going to have like the second solid. And I can go ahead and create one more, so I can go to the layer, new, solid, and right now maybe I'm going to choose the green color, and I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to click OK. And right now we are going to have something like this. Or what you could do is you can go ahead on the layer, and you can hit Ctrl D. And I don't even know how to do this without the shortcut. This duplication maybe in the layer there should be maybe a duplicate, but very simply, if you are standing on the layer and you are going to hit Ctrl D, or probably on the Mac Command D, it is going to duplicate you the whole layer, and it is going to duplicate you the whole layer with all of the animations. Right now we don't have the animations of this solid because we have deleted all of them, but later on I will show you. Now we have these three solids, and I can go ahead and hide all of them. So in here in the left we have like this little eye, and I can click on them like so, and right now I have hidden everything. And if I would go to the composition settings, we have set in the composition the background color. So that's why we have something like this. And I can go ahead in here and change this to the black, for example, and I'm going to hit OK. And basically our composition has right now the background color of the black. And if we are not going to have any solid, any shape, nothing, this is going to be black. And I will go to the selection tool. I don't want to be in this pan behind tool, and I can go ahead and show my layers like so. And in the After Effects, very simply, what is on the top is going to be visible, and what is below the top layer is not going to be visible. And this is like in the Photoshop, in the Illustrator, and so on. It works the same. But for example, if this is not going to be full transparency, so if I would go to the transparency, and you can go to the transparency by clicking this arrow and then opening this transform, and I could change this opacity to something like this. Right now it's like you cannot see it very well, but we can see a little bit of this red, and if I'm going to put this almost to the 0, you are going to see the whole red, and if I'm going to put this to the 100, you are going to see only the green one. So you are always going to see what is on the top. But if you are going to change the transparency, you are going to see the layers below, or if you are going to maybe position this like so, you are going to see what is below. And I can also click on this one and position it like so, and then I am going to see what is below in here like so. And if I would change the transparency, it would be like so. So right now I will go back a couple of the times, and yeah. Now one thing that is like some very important shortcuts, not important, but they are very useful. If I'm going to open this like so, and then I'm going to open the transform, I have all of these things in here, and you can get to these things very simply by the shortcut. And if you want to get an anchor point, you will just go to the layer and you will hit A, and it is going to show an anchor point. If you want to get a position, you are going to hit P, and it is going to get your position. For the scale it is S, it is going to get you scale. For the rotation it is R, and it is going to get you rotation. And for the opacity, it's the only one that doesn't have this with the first letter. The opacity is going to be T, like transparency. So you can get to them like so, and you can see that if I'm going to hit S for the scale, it is going to reveal a scale, and if I'm going to hit P for the position, it is going to reveal the position. But maybe what I would like to do is reveal the scale and also the position. And you can do this very simply by I will hit S to get the scale, and right now I'm going to hit Shift and hit P, and it is going to show me the scale and also the position. And if I'm going to hold the Shift one more time and I'm going to click R, it is also going to reveal me rotation. So yeah, you can get your things like that. And now I just want to show you, we only have 3 layers, but imagine that you can have like many layers, and you can have all of them opened, you can have like keyframes and so on. And if you would like to close all of the layers at the same time, what you can do very simply is hit Ctrl A, it is going to select all of the layers, and then with this arrow I can close it, and it is going to close it for all of them. And at the same time, if you want, for example, reveal a position of all of your layers, you can select select all of them, or you can select only some of them. And I'm selecting them by clicking, and then I'm holding shift and I'm clicking like so. Or you can click and with the control select it like so. So I will just show you. I'm going to duplicate all of these 3 layers like so. So right now I'm going to have like 6 layers, and if I want to select all of them, I can click on this one and with shift on the top one, or I can click on this one and with shift on this one if I don't want to select the top one. So this is one of the way how you can select the layers, or you can just click on this one, and then with the control I can click on this one, I can click on this one, and I can click on this one. So this is like if you want to select only the specific layers, you can do this with the control. But right now let me get rid of these duplications, and you can see that the blue one is over the blue one, the red one is over the red one, and the green one is over the green one. But so I can right now go ahead and delete them like so. And what you can do is, if you are going to select all of them and you are going to hit P for the position, it is going to reveal all of them like so. And now I am going to hit Ctrl A and I am going to collapse all of them. Now I am going to hide the green one and I am going to hide the red one. So I am going to stay only with this one. And for now I am going to lock this. So you can see in here this option for the lock. And if I am going to lock this, this is going to be locked, and I can't move anything. And I can go ahead and maybe show you that if I'm going to show all of them, and right now I'm going to click on this green, I will be able to move the green. So right now I cannot select the red one or the blue one. I could have selected them like so with the layer, but if I am going to click, I'm going to select the green one. But if I'm going to lock the green one to don't move it, and I'm going to click, I'm going to select the layer which is going to below, and I can move it like so. So right now I cannot even see it, but if I'm going to hide the green one, I have moved the red one. So sometimes something like this, I will go back a couple of times. Sometimes something like this can happen, that you are going to lock the layer and you are going to click and you are not going to select that layer, but you are going to select the layer which is below. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to hide this green one and this red one, and I will stay only with this blue one, and I'm going to lock this, and I'm going to animate the position of this red one, which will go from the top to the bottom. So I am going to hit P to reveal the position, and as I said, in the position you have like the x-axis and the y-axis. There is the possibility you do not need to use something like this, but if you want, you can right click on the position, and there is like an option to separate dimensions, and if I'm going to click this, I'm going to have the X position and the Y position separated. And right now this like it's I don't know, you can see it a little bit better which one is which. And this has also one very big advantage, this X and Y position separated with the graphs editor, but that's not for this tutorial. But people use this a lot because it is going to give you a little bit different graph than if you have this together. But if you want later on put this together, you can just right click and you can unclick these separated dimensions, and right now you are going to have the position like so. And what I can do is I can go ahead and create a keyframe. So I'm going to create the keyframe, and I'm going to position the Y like so until it will get out of the view like so. And then maybe I'm going to go to 1 second like so, and I'm going to position this at the original position. And right now what I can do is I can go ahead and right click on this position, and I can choose reset, and it is going to give me on the original position on this keyframe. And on the first one it is going to be up, and we are going to have an animation like so. And now I can do the same thing for the green one. So I'm going to hit P for the position, and right now I can maybe do this little bit differently. So what I can do is I can click this position keyframe, and this is like the end value that we want to have. So I can go ahead and position this keyframe like so in here, and on the first one I'm going to and I will have to show it, and I'm going to position this in here like so, and we are going to have this movement. And what I can do right now is I can select these keyframes, and I can maybe position them like so. And if you want this keyframe to snap to the position where is this keyframe, you are going to be holding shift, and it is going to snap like so. So right now we are going to have like the red one, and then we are going to have the green one. And one thing about that's something only with little bit with the art. If you have like animations like this, what people tends to do is position these keyframes like so. So it is like overlapping a little bit, so you can see the red, but at the same time you can see the green, because it just looks better when you have this kind of overlaps. So something like this. And right now I can close them, and if I would like to right now see my keyframes, I can go ahead and select both of them, and I'm going to hit P, and it is going to show me these keyframes. Now I can go ahead and show you, as I said you before, that if you are going to duplicate your layer, it is going to duplicate you the layer, but it is also going to duplicate you the layer with its keyframes. So I can go in here, and I'm going to hit Control D. So right now I'm going to have this green one 2 times, and if I'm going to hit P, it is going to have the same keyframes. And what I can do maybe is I can change the color of this one. So you can go with Control Shift Y, or you can go layer and solid settings, and you can maybe change this to other color. I can go maybe with something like this. Okay, and I'm going to hit P, or I'm going to confirm this. I'm going to hit P, and I'm going to position these keyframes maybe like so. And right now we are going to have something like this, then something like this, and so on. Now what I want to show you is that if I'm going to hit Ctrl A and I'm going to collapse this, I was getting my keyframes with the letter P to show the position, but if you want to show your keyframes, you can also hit U. And it is going to show you all of the keyframes. So right now on this one we have only the position, but what I can do is I can also put the maybe scale in here. And what I'm going to do is temporarily I'm going to position this like so, so I can see it at the beginning, and I'm going to get the scale. And remember how you can get the position and the scale, because if I'm going to hit only S, we are going to have only the scale. If I'm going to hit P, we are going to have only position. But if I'm going to hit hold Shift and hit S, it is going to also reveal me the scale. And right now I can maybe create the keyframe on the scale, and I can scale this down a little bit like so. And in here I can go ahead and make this to be 100. So I can either put in here 100, or I could go ahead and right click and choose reset. And right now we have animated the scale and also the position. And maybe I can do this one more time with the rotation. So I'm going to hold Shift and hit R to reveal the rotation, and I'm going to create the keyframe in here, but then I will go to the beginning and I'm going to rotate this little bit like so. And right now we are also going to be animating the rotation. So right now we would have something like this, and this would be visible because of the way that we have created it. And if I'm going to select all of them and I'm going to hit P, it is going to select me, or it is going to show me the keyframes for the position for all of them. But if I'm going to hit U, it is going to show me all of the keyframes. So it is going to show me the position for the red one and for the green one, and then it is going to show me all of the keyframes for the purple one. So yeah, something like this. And maybe I can go ahead and delete this purple one because I do not need to have it. Now what I want to do is maybe I'm going to show you a few more things, then I'm going to finish this tutorial, and I'm going to create other things in other parts, because I don't want this to be very long, and there are many things that we can cover in After Effects. One of the things is that right now these keyframes, this green one, we have this like from the top to the bottom. But if you want, you can go ahead and change the order of the keyframes like so. And right now it would be like right now we wouldn't see the red one because the green one would be visible, and it would go from the original position up like so. And you can change the order of the keyframes manually, or what you can do is you can select them like so. You can right click, you can choose keyframe assistant, and there is this option time reverse keyframes. So basically, if you want to have like the first keyframe to be last and the last to be first, you can do something like this, and it is going to reverse them. And right now we are going to be as we were at the beginning. So yeah, this is going to be probably the end of this tutorial. As I said, I don't want to make this too long, but there is still so many things that we can cover. We so far didn't even cover the shapes, or the pen tool, or the text tool, or the parenting, or things in here, and so on. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, hit a like, and if you would like to maybe continue with this After Effects series, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to upload also maybe tutorials about Adobe Animate and so on, but I'm also going to be uploading about this After Effects, and I would like to create this as a whole series. So if you have watched until the end, let me know in the comments, and yeah, I will go ahead and make the second one, and it is going to be in the link in the description once it is going to be uploaded. So thank you, and have a great rest of the day. Goodbye.